Hey guys, welcome back. So this is the video we're gonna talk about the Carlyle tools and the deals I currently got. So I just purchased this a couple of days ago at Napa Auto Parts. Somebody on Reddit posted this up for the sale. These originally run at $69.99. I got these for $21.99, and it's an 8-piece of their Carlyle. So for you guys not familiar, Carlyle's are in brand tool brand. So here you guys go. It's an 8-piece, 4 Phillips, 4 flathead. And this is just a review and an overview of them and how they stack up against the competition or other alternatives you guys have when coming to screwdrivers. One being that this is an alternative to a lot of mechanics. So now Carlyle is starting to get a lot of traction as a brand. They're more geared towards technicians. Their prices reflect that. So we're gonna kind of do the whole spectrum. So just get started. This set is $69.99. I'm gonna say right off the bat. At $70 plus tax, this set's just too expensive for what it is. The country origin is Taiwan. It's not made in America. So I understand it's not in the price point such as Snap-on. So there's a Snap-on Phillips number 3. I have hard handled. It's an older model picked up. So it's definitely not in that price range where a set of these or the new ones with the instant candles running you about $160 to $170. I haven't really looked up the price, but it is in the price range as a very popular screw brand called Wera or Vera, however you pronounced it. I don't know. My German people can pronounce that. A lot of people just call it Wera. So for me, Wera is still a little out of my price range for what I use it for. I bought this during their Black Friday, so this was $6. When I bought this was like literally 96 cents. So these are all the ones that I have. So as a screwdriver point, I've heard a lot of good things. But the one unique feature is their handle, and this is just a beer bottle opener. But what I could tell is that this handle is really comfortable and really useful. So I think these are better the price competitors in its price range. But obviously, I don't have the set. So what we're gonna get into we're gonna review these. So let me get the standard Phillips 2. So this is the standard Phillips 2. It has about a 8-inch blade. No, probably 6 inches around. I don't really know. It has a hex bolster and has a magnetic tip, as you guys can see. And I really like these because they have a really good in-hand feel. A lot of people don't like the handle. It's like a hit or miss with them. For my hands, they grip pretty well. Like I said, I haven't really used them on on cars or anything, but just the in-hand feel right now feels really good. It has the size right there, so it has Napa Phillips number 2. Oh yeah, it is 6-inch blade, and there's the nut part number. So far, I like the feel of it. It's a soft comfort grip. But again, a lot of people have had, their naysays about that. It's not really comfortable for them. So it goes all the way to, a long flathead. And this one's 8 inches. So the magnetic tip. And off the bat, they feel pretty solid. What I was really surprised is this tray feels really, really, really solid. I like this tray. The one you can put in your toolbox. These, like I said, I don't have any sets. And the reason why I bought this at the price point I did. So I wouldn't buy these at $70, I said again. But I needed a full set of like mechanics, so I might as well try it out. Some mechanic screwdrivers, because I don't have any other sets. I just buy randomly here and there. So I really wanted to set, a matching set. And for $22, I was like, what the heck? I'll give this, Carlyle brand a shot. And so far I'm impressed. But we also got to take into consideration the alternatives. So this is a Mac. It's, some people might call it a pry bar, but I just call it a really long, flathead, which I think the blade is probably 10 inches. So this one's 8. Yeah, it's about a 10-inch blade. So long screwdriver. So these run at a premium, right? So obviously, I don't really know the price on this, but I love hard handles. Like, I like them better than comfort grip. I really wish Carlyle did offer, a hard handled option, but that's more older tech. That's more older stuff. This Snap-on one, the Snap-on Phillips 3 is a really, really strong. And the one thing I don't like about this hex bolstering, so like if you take the Phillips 3, right? So it's roughly about the same size, except the handle. No, even the handle is probably the same size. But the hex bolstering is just like much more traditional style in the Snap-on than the Napa. You could get a wrench in there. This one like probably fits perfectly. This one, you'll have some play in the wrench. And they do look like to be probably around the same size. But overall, you could tell like this one, the Snap-on one is very balanced, as you guys can see. Very, very balanced. This one has a little bit more weight in the handle. See, it's a little not as balanced as a Snap-on, but the price points are way different. So we're going to compare them. So then there's these types. This Stanley one that's kind of a Klein knockoff Stanley. And these have a striking cap, so these are demolition, screwdrivers. And I really went from something like this. Like I told you guys, one of my favorite screwdrivers is this Stanley one. It has this is a knockoff off. The grip is like a Wiha WIHA, another German brand. I told you guys, this is one of my favorite screwdrivers I grab all the time, right? And this is what I came from. I came from these. And these are actually made in the USA. They're not stamped, but the packaging says made in the USA with global materials. And this Stanley screwdriver is like, the flatheads aren't that bad. But the Phillips are straight garbage. I do not like this style. So I quickly upgraded, or some people just might see it as a lateral move to this style. And the Phillips is way better. The blade is better on this one. But I really, really like this one. And my favorite screwdriver is this one. Sorry about that, I left one out. But this is honestly one of my favorite screwdrivers. It has this same style of handle. This one's just a bit chunkier. This one, and it's a multi one. So I have my Phillips 2, Phillips 1, a nut driver. I think this one's 8. No, this one's 6 millimeter. And then if you flip it around, this one is flathead. And then, oh damn, it's already starting to get rusty. To clean that up. Yeah, these have seen this one has seen its fair share of use. Another nut driver, and then this one's 8 mil. And if you take this whole shaft off, the removable shaft, this is a 10 mil, and then it also has a slot driver for like those nuts that have the slotted ends on them. Yeah, and like I said, I use this one. This screwdriver has to be one of my favorite ones. But I can't apply a lot of torque on the bits because it has so many movable parts. So I then started buying piece by piece better screwdrivers when it comes to mechanical work on cars where you need a lot of high torque application. So I started shopping around. The Snap-on one, I think it was like in the tool bundle, and then I really liked the hard handle. Phillips 3 doesn't have many applications in the engine. It's just I think some furniture have big Phillips 3. Then I got this Mac one. I got this one for $5 off a guy, and then a lot of people call this a pry bar, but it's, I don't know, I guess I use it as a pry bar. I mean, every screwdriver is a pry bar, is it not? And I really like this one. I like the construction of it. The blade is really, really solid, really, really strong. It's not going anywhere. And then from there, everybody knows their classic acetate Craftsman. I think it's made in the USA. Forged in the USA. I got this one. So it's kind of like the same blade as the Mac. So it has that, four-sided blade. So I like these a lot because they have really, really, really good strength. But everybody knows that the Phillips isn't the best on these tips. So then, I needed higher quality ones. I looked into Wera, again, out of my price point. Besides, that's why I only have these 2 items from Wera. Out of my price point, and that brought me down to this. So overall, this is a great alternative to, I would say, Snap-on. At its $70 price point, I definitely would go with a Wera set. Even though some Weras, this green handled line, which is like the more basic line, just has a laser tip, or some don't even have some of them have the laser tip, some of them don't, and they don't have the hex bolstering. I think the hex bolstering, the yellow ones have the hex bolstering, or they're heavy dutier lines. So you could say is that as well, and it's not really meant for mechanics. It's just a lot of mechanics really like Wera. So at $21, it's like competing with cheap sets from like Craftsman even. And at $21, $22, it's a no-brainer. Get the Carlyle. At $70, if you really, really need that hex bolstering, then I guess, you're looking at higher end ones such as the Max and the Cornwell and the Snap-on and the Matco. So that price point, even at $70, makes kind of a sense. It makes a little bit of sense, but where it doesn't make sense is you can buy used sets, or even on eBay, Snap-on, Snap-on used, look in the classifieds, and you'll find sets with the plastic insert for about $100. So the $30 difference is not that big to step up to Snap-on. Somebody was telling me, I read on the comments that these usually drop for $40, and they said it's a steal at $40, but honestly to me it's a no-brainer at $22. At $40, would I buy this? Probably not. I would probably not buy it. The only reason I bought this was it's $22, and I might as well give this a shot. Like again, like I'm really impressed by the tray. I'm probably gonna put that in my toolbox. Just leave it there. But I just really needed a complete set of screwdrivers, and an 8-piece is fine for me. I know a lot of people still want the 12-piece, or I think the Snap-on one is an 8 one because it comes with the little 2 stubby ones. That would have been nice to see the 2 stubby ones, but then the price would have been higher. So yeah, I mean, this is almost what anybody can ask for at $22. At $40, you know, for a lot of mechanics, they would be willing to pay that price. At $70, it just seems too expensive. So guys, that's the end of my video. I just wanted to let you guys know on the tools I just picked up and this new brand I'm trying out, Carlyle by Napa. And put down in the comment section that when you guys had experience by Carlyle. I know a lot of people like the 90-tooth ratchets. I know it's starting to get a lot of traction. It's kind of like, you know, a higher end Tekton. Like it falls somewhere in between Tekton and then gear wrench. I'd say this competes a lot with gear wrenches. Honestly, the prices are pricey for a lot of their wrenches, but they do go on sale a lot. So if you guys are interested in trying out Carlyle by Napa, I would highly suggest buying it on sale. So again, guys, $22. Out the door is like $24. Oh, and the warranty. That's another thing a lot of people kind of don't like Carlyle. Is for the warranty, you need the receipt. For me, that's not a big issue because, again, I'm not really like a professional. So I just keep the receipt. But for a professional, I can understand, you know, you guys buy so many tools. And you guys are so used to it from the trucks, not having to do warranty claims with a receipt. Same thing with Tekton. You just snap a picture. And then, so a bit, I mean, it's no biggie, but I can see where that, you know, that might play into a factor. But guys, for $22, you can't go wrong. All right, guys, that's the end of my video, guys. And thanks for sticking around and thanks for watching.